Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's Selfie Sunday. If you're watching this video the day that it's released, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. So like I mentioned, it's another installment with Heather's Crafty Life and myself for Selfie Sunday. And you guys will be so proud of me. I dug so deep into the vault that I impressed myself. I am using the original Simple Stories I Am collection. I know, right? I totally forgot that I had this. And then when I saw that they re-released like a newer, updated version of it, I was like, oh man, I forgot that I had this. So I went searching for it and I found it. I found it at like in my stash at the bottom, like underneath all newer stuff. Dates back to all the way to 2015. Well, it's actually not so bad. But yeah. So I started with that black and white stripe, and I love that paper. The only thing I didn't love about it was that it had that gold foil heart on it, and I love the heart. It just was not in the right place for me. So all I did was cut it from the background paper. But I also used a piece of that white kind of like brick looking, it is brick, paper. And so I just covered it up right like that. Right, Lina, coffee break. I can't talk today. So I used that brick paper to cover up that one side. I knew I wanted to do that anyways. That's kind of like the look that I was going for because I couldn't decide which paper I wanted to use. And so they both won. Just the brick one is smaller and it's more of an accent, whereas that black and white stripe, I love it because it's so graphic and I'm totally into that right now. So I'm adding that little strip in between the two sheets of paper for a bit of contrast. I love that horizontal. It's not horizontal. I love that vertical stripe. It's so pretty, and I love the yellow of it. It's like the tone is just perfect. So I had like previously loved this collection. Like it's cut into, a lot of the papers are cut into. And so I'm happy. Like when I pulled it out, I thought, I couldn't remember how much I used it. So I was thinking that I pretty much had a good chunk of it. And I do, I really do. But I was happy to see that I had actually used it. I was thinking like I didn't even touch it because I couldn't even remember the layouts that I created with it. But yeah, I was happy to see that I did use a good chunk of it. So there I am just matting my photo, and this photo, I probably look a little miserable in it, and I promise you that I wasn't, but it was like such a typical car selfie. You know when like you're having like one of those days and you're feeling good and you snap a picture of yourself and like you realize, oh wait, hold on, I still have my seatbelt on. So it was totally one of those typical car selfies, and actually that is what I called this layout. That is the title I gave it, is typical car selfie, because that's exactly what it is. So I was having a good hair and makeup day that day, so I was like, yeah, let's snap some pictures. And I kept it. You know, usually I file them away. Like I said, like I do take selfies. I just rarely post them. So yeah. So here you can see that I'm using that gold heart and I am placing it within a Recollections chipboard frame. Now these frames are also from my stash and they're quite old as well. They're probably around the same time as this collection, so maybe 2014, 2015. And I never used them. I put them away and they never saw the light of day again until this day. So I love that this collection has tabs, and there's a lot of gold foil in this collection, which I love as well. And so I'm really big on tabs right now. And I was happy to see that the manufacturer Simple Story actually had tabs, and I didn't have to punch anything out with my tab punch because I've been doing that a lot lately. And here you can see that I'm going through the die cut ephemera, and I'm just, you know, shopping through some pieces. A lot of it didn't work for me because it just didn't go with what I was trying to, you know, create. And so, but some pieces did. And so I worked with what I had. I just knew going into that I wanted to use those papers. I didn't really care about the embellishment. I would have made it work, right? And that's what we do as crafters. We figure things out. And so for some more color and some more texture on my layout, I'm using some light pink thread, and I'm going to sit that underneath a die cut. So right here I end up using some foam, and so I usually do this with enamel buttons or flare buttons, but in this case I just used a regular die cut and popped it up on foam, so I kind of have the same look without, you know, the not bulkiness, because I put foam on the back so it is kind of bulky, but I mean like the hardness of a flare button. So here I am working on the title. So this collection, I bought the collection pack. So this collection came with the mini alphas. So everything is from the actual collection pack. I didn't stray away in this for this layout. And so the title is Typical Car Selfie. Can you blame me? No, I don't think so. But my face in this picture says it all, right? So this is another floral, and I love the florals from this collection. I wish it had more florals, and maybe like it possibly already did, but I use them possibly since this collection was loved previously. And stars are one of my very favorite shape. I don't use them enough, but my nickname for my husband is Star, and sometimes he calls me Star, and I've always loved stars. And so I was happy to see that this collection had stars in it. And I add this bike here. It has nothing to do with my layout, but it's so cute and it's yellow, and why not? So on it goes. And so yeah, so like I'm making a point to use things that I wouldn't ordinarily use. Like I don't think I've ever used a bike on a layout, but you know what? It's pretty, and so I added it. Right? A lot of the things that we add to our layouts make absolutely no sense, right? Like the flamingos or the peacocks or the llamas, which are so cute, but you know, unless you've gone to see a llama, really, doesn't really go with anything, right? This collection also came with enamel dots. Didn't come with the enamel dots, but I bought those, but they're part of the collection as well. So I used a whole bunch of colors, you know, giving the layout some pops of color where it needed. And I'm just using my hot glue gun to stick them on. Lina lacks patience, and so using traditional glue and waiting for it to dry, nah, not for me. So I've discovered I can use my glue gun, and yeah, it works. So that's it for my layout. I thank you guys so much for joining me. Me and Heather will have another layout next month. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and have a scrappy and super day. Bye, guys.